Good morning. It's a great pleasure to participate in this high-profile event one more year, although this time through a video, since I've been called to participate in the swearing-in of the Constitution by Princess Leonor. This debate comes at a crucial point in time. It is clear that the world is undergoing massive change. Geopolitical and trade tensions, new global powers, technological innovation, the need to mobilize investments for climate action, social stress and political shifts in many parts of the world. All these factors make it more important than ever that we find common ground to ensure political and financial stability, sustainable growth and social cohesion. In the current juncture, citizens turn to public and private leaders to get certainties, and it is more important than ever to put to full use 5 skills. First of all, the ability to dialogue, to reach agreements, to understand that we must find points of compromise. The world to come is more complex, full of nuances, and we must know how to find opportunities, listening carefully and avoiding extreme positions. Secondly, the flexibility to adapt to new technologies, to the ecological transition, to more efficient management systems. Thirdly, the ability to develop and attract talent, investing in training and retraining as an alternative to layoffs and responding to expectations of our teams. Fourthly, ambition, vision and courage to take advantage of the extraordinary opportunities that are opening also at this challenging time, in particular derived from new technologies. And finally, social responsibility. Firms, also in the financial sector, and managers play a fundamental role. Their decisions influence CO2 emissions, growth, job creation, inequalities, gender gaps. The Spanish government has followed these principles for the past 5 years with a 3-pronged economic policy strategy based on fiscal responsibility, social justice, and structural reforms to modernize our economy and to reap the fruits of the twin green and digital transitions. And the results are very positive. They are becoming increasingly evident. The Spanish economy has recovered very strongly after the pandemic and continues to show remarkable strength today. Data from the third quarter released last week confirm strong GDP growth and an outstanding job creation, with inflation rates among the lowest in the European Union, despite the very complex international context. We are also starting to reap the benefits of ongoing structural changes. The dynamic private sector is the main driver of job creation, with more stable and higher quality jobs, leading to higher productivity and better salaries. Affiliation to social security in the areas of science, R&D, and information and communications technologies has increased by almost 50% since 2018. Spain is becoming a country that saves, a country that has a remarkable current account balance, surplus, led by the dynamism of non-tourism related services. And this evolution is taking place in a context of social peace, in contrast with the experience of the aftermath of crises of the past, and also the experience in some of the countries around us. The excellent performance of our economy cannot be understood without the European Next Generation funds. The addendum to the Spanish recovery plan was recently approved, providing us with a financial safety net to guarantee that we can mobilize up to 160 billion euros in transfers and loans and complete in the coming years the strategic projects that are underway, with an unprecedented investment and reform program in areas such as electric and connected vehicles, chip manufacturing, digitalization of the water management cycle, deployment of renewable energies, green hydrogen and storage, the modernization of strategic sectors such as the agri-food industries, shipbuilding, aerospace, also the new economy of language, strategic projects that we need to implement and to conclude with a view to keeping Spain at the forefront of the new green and digital economies. We must certainly avoid complacency. Current and future challenges are huge, but we must feel proud of ourselves. Spain is a global example in many areas. from the democratic transition to digitalization, where we just hosted a very successful Council of Ministers in León, and are leading international initiatives such as the newly created Consultative Council of the United Nations in the area of digital rights in artificial intelligence. We have been able to achieve a strong recovery after the pandemic with a responsible fiscal policy that is benefiting strong growth to achieve a fast reduction of debt and deficit to GDP ratios. We're also a world reference in gender equality and have managed to modernize our economy and undertake structural reforms with social peace and political stability. We are showing the way to implement an orderly and coherent green transition which supports most affected regions and sectors and citizens and does not leave anyone behind. And we are currently also playing an important role in ongoing conflicts, supporting Ukraine and contributing to bringing peace in the Middle East. When we all work together, we can overcome any challenge. Let me close with this call for joint action. Let us continue on this positive track and let us do it together. I wish you a wonderful conference and welcome to Spain.